Jets 5-2 beat the Flames last night in Winnipeg.
Yeah, they're done the season series, guys.
Oh, Comrie all the way through.
Yeah, they didn't see Hellebuck once. That is happening a lot.
Because I heard that some people thought maybe that if it was the playoffs started today, the Flames might have a chance.
It wouldn't be Comrie, you're saying?
No, maybe it would, because that's who plays against.
Right.
Well, I would think it won't be Vladar either.
Correct.
If the playoffs were to start today, and if
Do
this
we
was
feel bad for him?
I don't know what to feel bad about. He's had all the opportunity in the world the last 4 years.
Ooh.
No, like
you're off the Vladar bandwagon.
Well, I mean, we've always liked a lot about his game, but at the end of every season, you're always like, yeah, it's like 1 goal a game you don't like and an 895. Like he hasn't progressed. He's just stayed. You're like, look at the battle, look at the size. If he can just tighten this or that up, well, he hasn't.
And he's had time to work.
4 years to do it.
Lots of time to work on it too.
He has.
And remember, this summer, Frank came out and said, I expect Dan Vladar will get more than half the games this year. It's going to be his team. Like, that was the opportunity in front of Dan Vladar. If he wanted to be the best goalie in camp, he could be a number 1 in this league.
He will be frustrated. Whether or not we think, how did you say? Has he been?
Do we feel bad?
Do we feel bad for him?
It's 2 games in a month or whatever, and always the back. Well,
he's getting to this point, and it's not a crutch, but you could argue that he's gotten the tougher touches of back-to-backs, or
he's got all the second to back-to-backs.
He's 0-5-1 in his last 6 starts, and in those 6 games, 11 goals of offense.
Yep.
So it's that this with Vladar in the net, it feels like your wiggle room, your margin for error is very small.
Yeah.
They don't score a ton to begin with, so he has to be near perfect.
And he's nowhere near perfect.
He's nowhere near perfect. No, he's 886.
That was the thing. If you'd feel, when you'd feel bad for him is if he'd allowed 2 goals in this run of 6 games where they're averaging less than 2 goals for. And like, boy, he really is playing well, and they can't score. Like, no, you're actually just not playing that well, and the team's not good.
Do you have the goals against? Because the goals for isn't great, but
yeah, his game log would be interesting because there's some big numbers in there.
Yeah, well, he had the 8 against Tampa Bay.
Pardon me, the Ocho.
Yeah,
I like that.
I believe it was the 8 against. There's some 5s in there.
So
it feels like
you got to score a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to his game log. This is goals allowed in his 5 against Winnipeg, only 2 against St. Louis. He was very good in that game. 4 against Utah. That was the home game after Christmas. 2 in Vegas, very good. So he's had 2 good games in his last 4.
And they scored 0. Remember in that game, they got shut out 2.
He was excellent. Yeah. He was excellent. Ottawa 3, including overtime. Didn't mind him in that game. 8 the game before in Tampa. There's a lot of 3s, 4s, 6. He's had good games. It's that you can't count on him for a good game when right now,
you don't
every time you put Wolf in, you basically know you've got an 80% chance of getting a good game. Like when he let a bad goal in against Parayko in St. Louis, it was like, whoa, we haven't seen a goal go in on Wolf that had no business going in ages. It feels like there's 1 a game on Vladar. And again, last night, I thought why is there a rebound on something that hits you on the logo?
This was the head coach, the Hoach.
Let's go.
Because it's about getting saves in general, but it's also sometimes about the timing, which I think was part of last night's issue as well.
I actually thought we played a pretty good road game. There were certain situations where I felt like we could have used a save tonight, which isn't something that we have said a lot this year. And then when we made a few mistakes, they were able to capitalize, whether it was a poor penalty that we took with too many men on the ice or the offensive zone penalty. That's kind of the difference in the game. But for our team, I thought our effort was where it needed to be, and there was stretches of the game where I thought we did a lot of good things tonight. We just weren't able to keep them out of our net like we needed to tonight.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out more of our content right here on the Flames Nation YouTube page. We had a bunch of great long-form interviews. You can check out some videos we've done as well outside of the studio. And of course, if you want more writing or merchandise stuff, flamesnation.ca or nationgear.ca. Appreciate you watching.